is on the air. Along with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin here. And, partner, let's examine this Tokyo Ball Club as they enter play.
They've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4.
And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line.
So here's the Viking offense making their way out.
Leading them out is their rookie quarterback, the young man from the University of Michigan.
And last week, that was one of those games that he just wants to erase from his memory banks. But I guarantee his coaching staff won't let him do it. They're going to make him learn from it. He really looked like a rookie quarterback in that one. He's going to have those kind of outings in year one. But the big question, what does he take away from them, and how does he improve? It starts right here in this game.
A first carry for Elijah Mitchell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Their first play from scrimmage is a pickup of 13. Big article in the paper this morning talking about how they wanted to get chunk plays in the run game. Well, early on, there's a good one.
There isn't for guys on defense. They've got to remember the old adage. You've got to meet force with force, and if you don't, you get run over, as they did on that last play.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Jamar Chase, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. When you look at this defense, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You have no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Mason. And he is caught. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
A man who played his college ball in Tallahassee, here's Cam Akers.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. The numbers for him from a week ago, 8 carries, 53 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
They'll try and run for this with Akers. And Akers, he is not going to get there. They mark him short of the 1st.
Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Back to throw. Mason. Flushed out right. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
And talk about someone who has absolutely lived up to his scouting report, because when we evaluated him coming out of school, everyone salivated over his big arm. He absolutely has a cannon. And this coaching staff, they're not going to be afraid, even in his rookie year, to let him air it out downfield and find out what he absolutely can do.
And now an audible here into something else.
The They'll start this drive out on the ground. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Off play action. Baldwin sliding out of the pocket. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings.
There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
It's taken to the 26.
And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there.
The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood. Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down.
Here's a diving catch right side. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
A give running right is Akers.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Shedding the tackle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far in this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They'll look to throw now on first down. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey.
And the Vikings are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Looking to throw. Mason.
And he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Offside, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
Rodrigo Blankenship now for the PAT.
He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
And
his throw here is going to be incomplete.
He was out there waving his arm saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
There on the tackle, Minkah Fitzpatrick. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Here's a handoff out of the gun.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Hey, check that. Street. 7 Pirates.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 18. To give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Here we go, set.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. What good hands there defensively at 2nd down.
Back to throw. Baldwin. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. This is the most important of them all. 3rd and goal.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
And it's a touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Sentinels are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied at 7. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit.
And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for Minnesota. 46 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
They'll give this to Akers running right.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
They'll go again here with Akers. Akers.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell.
And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. A give running right is Mitchell.
Shoves him aside. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Mike Gesicki, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
That time a 6-play drive.
And it all concluded with a touchdown pass to the tight end, Mike Gesicki. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Tokyo set to go on offense once again.
They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Wide open receiver complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Baldwin firing quickly, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
A gain there of 21 yards.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up for the 1st and 10.
Back to throw again. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Sentinels are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
And now out comes Minnesota. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod, and you're angry. You're a defensive guy.
If you met one of my defensive coordinators, God rest his soul, I'm surprised he isn't in this booth right now wanting to really take you on. This is not football the way he sees it. He wants a good old-fashioned kicking game, defense, field position, and we're getting an up-and-down the field game here.
I'll take him. Where's his tombstone?
Boot Hill, baby.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd and 8.
Operating from the gun, Mason.
That is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Jamar Chase
with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Vikings are going to take the lead.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead is now 21-14.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown.
A link, now a hit, and a loose football. And I believe he was able to get this back. He was. Boy, after giving up the touchdown, lucky that didn't turn into another.
Tokyo set to go on offense once again.
We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's 3rd and 9.
Back to throw. Baldwin. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down.
And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Throwing to start the drive. Mason.
He will find his man Chase complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 28 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 20...
And he can't get rid of it, he's taken down.
And it's Tommy Adebawore, the one who got in there for the sack.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Looking deep here for Chase. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Tokyo set to go on offense once again. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10.
And that That is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain of right around 30 on a play that began way back inside the 5. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Escaping the pressure right. His throw incomplete.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
To the right side and intercepted. Picked up by Deion Henley.
And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Mason.
Open man, that's Gesicki down the field.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Back to throw. Mason. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead now up to 14.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, and not much time, we'll see how they play this.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before break. Baldwin. He's got a man complete. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
So on this drive, the rookie leads him into the end zone, Charles, and that helps cancel out the points that were created on the previous drive when he threw the interception.
Yeah, let's give some credit to this rookie because instead of hanging his head after his mistake leads to a touchdown, he comes back out and he's firing and made up for it right there. A well-executed.
And we'll jump right over halftime and keep the game going here in Week 4. Second half kickoff, ready to go.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Sentinels offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has... The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defense?
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Brandon, remind me again, this is a rookie quarterback we're seeing?
A rookie indeed.
I mean, because my eyes are telling me something I'm having trouble believing. 5 touchdown passes. He's thrown 5 in this game. Are you kidding me?
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead now up to 14.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, Baldwin. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line. Warrior 70. Check out.
Looking to throw, Baldwin. And this one's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
The decision is to decline it and not give him the down back.
They might as well have sent a skywriter above the stadium saying, we don't think you can get the first down against our defense by that decision.
Come on, set.
On fourth down, Baldwin. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
So they convert on fourth, and now from just outside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw again.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick.
And the Vikings are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated Bruce. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. Off play action. Mason. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Off the play fake. Mason. Now a short one to Gesicki. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Well, backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Back to throw. Mason.
They'll set up the screen here to Akers.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line.
The Tokyo offense heads back out there now. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw. Baldwin. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Clock showing 90 seconds to go in the 3rd. They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
He'll get it here on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Here now, 2nd and 4.
Back to throw. Mason.
Jamar Chase.
And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line.
A first down there on a pickup of 25. On the give, this is Akers.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Going right back to Akers. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Cam Akers, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Tokyo set to go on offense once again. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Take it at the 37.
Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48, a gain of just 1. On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line.
Tokyo set to go on offense once again. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole.
Let's go.
Throwing to start the drive. Baldwin. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 23-yard line.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues.
False start, offense.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Let's go now.
Looking to throw. Baldwin. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. The numbers throwing the ball have been great. He's up over 300 yards now for the game. Again, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sacked by Andrew Van Ginkel.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks. Pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Back to throw. Baldwin. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. And quickly they get to the line. From the gun on 3rd down. Baldwin. Completing it to the right side. Johnson. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. From the gun, they'll try to run it. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
And there's the pickup you want on 1st down. All offenses say, you get me 4 on 1st down, we'll take it. How about if you get 5? They'll really be happy.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
He'll try again. And this time he finally breaks through. It's a touchdown. The 4th quarter touchdown there. Back to a 2-score game, but time is not their ally.
No, it's not, partner. They still have a pulse, but it's probably a little weak right now. A lot of things have to go right in these final 2 minutes plus for them. I think they have to be thinking onside kick here, and we know how difficult those are to recover.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, It was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. 3rd and 10. Expect a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Blankenship's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And he returns this to the 22. Tokyo set to go on offense once again. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Flush to his right. Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Off play action. Baldwin. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked off by Christian Fulton. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a 4th quarter pick 6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner, and I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. The Tokyo offense heads back out there now. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Hands it off out of the gun. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he rifles one incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
from the gun on third down.
Baldwin, he'll take a shot for the end zone.
And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Vikings are going to get the football back at their own 17.
The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football. And there it is, the standard symbol. Taking a knee means that one team won and the other one obviously lost the ball game. But now that team that won is 2-2. After the first 4 games, I think they're okay with a 2-2 start. Not overly happy, but at the same time, not depressed either.
You mentioned to me breaking down a season in quadrants. So the first quadrant is kind of a check, as you said, for okay. Not great, not bad.
Yeah, right now they're just holding serve. They look forward to their next 4. Maybe they can make a surge there.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Vikings, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears.
Meanwhile, for Tokyo, the